Melee towers. How could you not love them? There are 5 melee towers in TDS. The Brawler, the Warden, the Gladiator, the Sledger, and the Slasher. With the latest TDS update, a new melee tower has been added to the roster. This is the new Assassin Tower, a cheap beginner-friendly melee tower. So, why not put it through its paces in a classic game of solo hardcore mode? Will it be able to carry through the brutal hardcore wave structure? Stick around to the end to find out. However, before the video starts, make sure to join my Discord server, check out my UGC hat, and like and subscribe. It's free and it helps me out a ton. Alright, here we go. Tower Defense Simulator. Silent but deadly. What a great tagline. Whirlwind slash fan of knives. Archer. Wait, what? It's unexpected. Yeah, they just changed Archer for no reason. This is my first time ever using this tower. I don't even know the stats or anything. So I guess let's just place one down. If it works, then it works. Does it have pierce damage? No. Okay, so it leaked abnormal, so I'm gonna get a military base to catch that. So far it does 3 damage to every enemy with, so it does about like 3 DPS. This is hardcore, so I can't rely on it entirely. I'm gonna get punished if I don't get some sort of other tower down. I'm hoping that I can maybe use it for something like hidden detection. So I have a theory. Whirlwind slash. I wonder if that can hit the balloons, because the balloons are flying enemies, and we've seen, I know Brawler's reposition can hit the flying enemies, so I'm curious if Whirlwind slash can also. So we can actually see, yeah, it is splash damage. It's actually, that's pretty strong. That's gonna kill everything. That's impressive. Curious if that can hit balloons. Balloons might get caught in that radius, but I don't think there's a way I can get an enemy underneath that can get it to hit the balloons. I got some Humvees or military base to come clean some stuff up if they do get past. So this thing is honestly holding its own very well. Can it handle invisibles though? Almost. I probably should have had it on first. Just to be safe, I'm gonna get a pursuit. Let's see if the whirlwind slash works on flying enemies. I don't know if it did. No, it didn't. Yeah, look at that. You see that? That's like really good splash potential. Okay, so here's level 3. Unlock Fan of Knives. Here's on every 150 damage dealt. Knife damage 25, range 10, pierce 3. It's almost like Slasher though. That's cool. From the breakers, I think it's really gonna shine here because the splash damage it does. It's doing like 100 damage every time it does that whirlwind attack. It wasn't able to completely clean everything up, and that's honestly okay. I'll take that because it only costs 800 coins in the shop. And by the way, this design looks really cool. No lead detection, unfortunately, though. That's kind of disappointing, but I guess it makes sense. So the Mega Slow is about to come out. I'm actually, let's see what it can do against like a bigger HP enemy like a Mega Slow. It does have the pursuit helping it out, but that's not even that bad. So we've got all this stuff kind of built up in the back. It's handling everything over here very well. Whew, that was very close. Again, with the clutch, that's so like terrifying. Here comes all this stuff. I'm just gonna airstrike that. All of these waves, I can pass them because of how like pressured the hardcore early game is. Then I'm gonna invest a lot of money into it. I'm gonna max it right now. Gets this cool cloak here and like this mask. There's a lot of enemies here, so let's see how well it can do with its splash damage. And it's about to throw the, yeah, it just threw the knives. You know what? That's actually not even that bad. Let's see how well raw assassin DPS does against these shadow bosses. Okay, you know what? It took out like 100. There's a lot of stuff here, so I'm gonna just airstrike that. Lots of slow enemies coming in. It really benefits from having a lot of enemies in one area. Hardcore in general is like a high tier hard game mode, so I wouldn't hold it too against the tower itself. Fallen Titan coming out. Let's see what it can do. Okay, well, it just got obliterated. Okay, now that pretty much I have all my military bases, I'm just gonna invest a bunch of money into it. The ones I placed not too long ago already have like 1,000, 2,000 on that one. I did kind of forget there's a boss coming out in like 2 waves, so I'm gonna get maybe a max swarmer to help handle that. Oh, it's killing the mega slows like pretty well. It's just when these fallen titans come out and stun them, then it just loses all its momentum. Right now, all of its DPS is going right into the gravedigger. It's already chipped off like 2,000 damage, almost 3,000 now. It's not even that bad for a single target DPS. But yeah, once it's out of range, it just kind of sits there and does nothing. Okay, that's dead. I'm gonna get a couple more of these guys over here. I'm curious if it can just hold off all this stuff that's gonna come out. That's the goal right now. It's kill the giant bosses, Others, they heal pretty fast, so I don't think it'll be able to handle those. But the breakers, however, I think the breakers are, yeah, the breakers get destroyed. That was not bad at all. Let's have another look at that. Like, it destroys these mega slows. Look at that. Here's our second boss, the molten boss. Itself, it just did 5,000 damage. Like, that's not horrible. But you remember, the molten boss is a slower enemy. A little bit too focused on the wrong tower, and one singular lead balloon sneaked past. Okay, so I don't really want to play solo hardcore again, so we're just gonna test how well it can do against like a void reaver. Okay, cue the montage, because it's gonna take so long to place all these towers now. So here are 100 different assassins, plus supports. I also gave them the supports like a billion range, so they can actually reach everything on the map. So the boss that was on the field when I lost was the molten boss. So let's spawn in a molten boss and see how well it'll do against that. I'm gonna put the time scale to 5. Okay, that's a lot of slashes. Yeah, okay, that's not even that bad. It killed it like right here, and it didn't even reach like half of my towers that I had. Let's up it to a Fallen King. Let's see how little it does against that. He's already down 10k HP. You know, okay, they got it down 50k, and it's not even reached like half of the towers that I have. This is a beginner tower that only costs 800 coins in the shop, and it's just barely capable of killing a Fallen King. I'd have to micro a couple of them. That is honestly not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm gonna speed up the game a little bit. It's definitely not gonna be able to kill like a very big boss like the Void Reaver, but I'll speed it up to show you the results. I took out around 200,000. Okay, so honestly, for how cheap it is, I don't think it's that bad. I kind of wish it was a little bit better. Maybe I feel like they could raise the price just to make it a little bit stronger. As like a beginner melee tower, it definitely could have been worse. So, no, it can't be hardcore. That's the answer. Is that anchored up there? I wanna drop that down. It's definitely coming down. Is it gonna go through the floor? Where's this one going?
Is this one gonna fall like onto the track?
Yeah. We get like a car and like ramp that.
Okay, yeah, go.
Wait, you're not straight. You're not straight. You're not straight. You got it. Okay.
Okay.